Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live session. But before that, because as I told you, I'm using Restream to be able to stream on IG and YouTube at the same time. So I'll have to wait to see if my stream goes on instantly. It's great to be back. For people on YouTube or on Instagram, you can just comment your questions while we're discussing things. So we're talking about using L1 when teaching L2. Um, you know what it is if you're a teacher, um, especially an EFL teacher. Well, I come from Iran, so this is like in my classes, everybody is Persian, or at least everybody's first language is Persian. Maybe not even first language, but the language they have at school is Persian. So um, the first, I think the headline is it's okay to um, use L1, use students L1. And so I think we're now live on IG. Anyways, it's okay to speak English, but if you're not convinced with that, I'll give you a few more scenarios. Like, let's say you're teaching one vocabulary item and it's getting in the way of the lesson proceedings. So you've used English, different strategies and tools, like, I don't know, giving a definition, showing out a picture, or miming it out, but it's still not working. So now, probably if there is some uh, like a very close equivalent of the word in your own language, go out and say it. I'll give you the word like probably edition, like a book edition. If you've used the definition, examples, and everything else, still not working, probably the word نسخه کتاب البته that would work, giving the it's like a really good shortcut, and they'll be happy. But later on, you can ask some questions, CCQ questions, to make sure that they got what you said in English again. Um, this is called sandwiching in general. In the middle of two, or maybe code switching. In the middle, you put the students and the teachers' first language, and the second one, uh, and the first and the third will be the L2 statement. Yeah. Anyways, the other situation could be um, like you're checking the feedback on some exercises or materials, and it's probably deeper than uh, students with, like, I mean, lower levels of English would be able to talk about. So you might just use Farsi in my country, if you're from Iran, just get it out, able to fully understand how that person feels, which is, I think, the most valuable feedback you can get. Maybe not all the time. Again, for all of these, I have to say that it's not like all the time you can do this. No, there has to be like a logical sequence of things that happen inside your class, and you feel that, okay, this could be the one of the rare times that I speak the student's first language. All right, another one. Students sometimes have problems with a part of a lesson, or the instructions, or sometimes maybe like a vocabulary item. After you've explained so much, you've checked, and he seemed to get it, but now the problem is somehow, I don't know, deeper, and they will hesitate before they can say it in English. And sometimes they might hide the question, which as a teacher, you don't want that. You put just a simple, quick question. So times when you see they struggle to explain it, if it's too much for them as well, just respond in L1 and have them talk about it. Give me the question in your own language. Yeah. Sometimes it's like the gravity of the situation that doesn't let students, you know, uh, take in all the energy they need to speak the second language while they're talking about that situation. So maybe in that situation, I think L1 would work nice and smoothly. Um, And all right, that's somehow it. I mean, you should be convinced by now. But I've got more situations, more exercises where you can consciously and I mean prepare some L1 activities inside your EFL or ESL classroom. It's, I think, really good. I've done it in my discussion classes. I give you my example first. Um, I chose a song from my country, an old one, Mahasti, and I found the a cappella version without, and I had students translate a part of the lyrics, the poem, and sing it in English using the rhythm because that was a very famous song, and I knew somehow they would have heard it, and they had by chance. So they used it, and it's like it was fun. I did it in two or three other classes, and it worked. Um, all right. Now, apart from that, I talked about switching and code switching in the beginning of the life, so I'm not going to go back to it and waste time. Um, Another one which is really nice is English whispers. Like they make a line in front of the classroom. You tell the first students in the line to, um, I mean, like an L2 sentence or in teaching. For example, I don't know, I'm staying. All right, you've probably taught present continuous for future, and now you want to check that. That's a great exercise. Ask the first person to translate this and tell it to the second person in line. And they should do it again until the last person hears the sentence. And then we hear the versions, the first version and the last version of the sentence. The differences are sometimes funny and maybe confusing even, but it's a really nice practice. It shows you really, really clearly how, I mean, in where they need improvement and where they need checking and more practice. You can simply check everything, what went wrong. If there is a confusion, you can check what went wrong, ask everybody to talk about their sentences, or probably do it a few more times with other sentences before getting here, because students usually grow somehow when there is a group work. You know, when the first time they do it, it's like the ice is not really broken unless you've done it well. But anyways, maybe a few more sentences would do benefit to the class. Um, and there are other exercises. I don't want to talk about them right now. They take a long time because they have to, show video of the same subject on YouTube later. And yeah, probably you can find them there as bonus. Now, there is also a popular question among teachers and ESL or EFL, I can say educators, even supervisors, everybody in this, let's say, industry or field. That the question is now, how can we have students speak Farsi and actually be involved in the learning of L2? The answer is somehow straightforward, like get them to speak English, I mean, speak L2. But how can we do that? How can we maximize that? How can we get rid of all the like don't speak I don't know, Persian or Farsi, speak English, please. Get rid of that how. There are a lot of different ways, and this is a really interesting discussion. Um, I found arguments here and there, and I would like to talk about all of them, but there's just too much. I will include it, probably a part of it, the better part of it, in the video on YouTube. But for now, um, yeah, I'll go with a few of them that are related. So the first thing is the creating the atmosphere. It's not always you speaking English. If you all the time speak English, that's like you are, I don't know, you are not being an authentic, a real breathing human being. So, you know, you have to sometimes appeal to the people. Um, Now, one of the ways, or two of the ways, are like putting visuals around the walls, posters in English, and maximize listening time. This would definitely help. So you can bring like different listening materials, like sometimes a part of a podcast, a song, part of a movie, or an educational like talk, I don't know, something like that. And this, gives out the vibe that it's okay to speak English, and we are here to use English to be able to learn it. That gives out the vibe. Or posters, sometimes you can have them answer some questions based on what there is in the posters that will help them, get to the English context of what's happening inside of the classroom. Another one, like rules are okay. In the first session of your term, you can have rules. Like if you speak Farsi in pair works, you will have a red mark, things like that, or you get a reward if you don't speak Farsi in a full session, or any other creative ways for you to make ground rules. That's okay. That's definitely, I think, one of the best ideas. Um, the other one is focusing on fluency. Like you let people speak, and probably it's the beginning of the class where students are new to the English atmosphere. They've been out, they've been watching things and reading and talking and listening in Farsi, in their first language, and now after all that they're here for probably an hour or an hour and a half. So at this point, encourage people who speak and all, and applaud them. Even focus on fluency. Don't interrupt them for grammatical structures or even vocabulary. For now, if the message is conveyed, just let it go, and yeah, let them speak. And if something happens, like if someone uses Farsi without you know giving a damn, um, you can just, at that point, you have to talk with that person. You have to remind them that we are here to use English to learn it. That's how everybody should be learning now. And if you do that, that's you're doing it against your own classmates. So stop it. It's maybe something like that, around the same lines. Um, and don't tell them off like don't speak Farsi or don't speak your first language at all, or I don't know, fail. That's not cool. Um, so that's probably everything. I somehow managed the whole session to be fit in 15 minutes. So because I'm saving it on YouTube and Instagram, I didn't want to, you know, um, rant on different stuff. Thank you for watching this. Um, I have planned to release a video on YouTube about this idea using L1 while when teaching L2. I'm planning it for, I think, the end of October, maybe like in May, and yeah, I'll be out there. But I have one more interesting thing coming earlier, um, which or sooner, which is a review on different course books that we have, like the popular course books in Iran, uh, and they are available in shops for students. They are taught in different institutes. I'll give you my full opinion on them. There's like 10 or 11 course books I'm checking out. It's a huge thing to do. I hope I'm able to do it. I'm able to, you know, uh, do justice to it. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have fun. See you soon.